What's going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of the Becoming 1% Better podcast. I am your host, Coach G, and I'm actually really pumped about today's episode because I find this to be one of the most limiting factors of people actually achieving success. And by limiting factors, meaning that people don't grasp the concept and the importance of consistency, right? Everybody's looking for intensity. Everybody wants to go all in for 1 week and get all the results, right? But fail to understand that true success in anything we're trying to achieve, right? And we're going to talk about fitness because that's my realm of practice. But any goal you're trying to achieve in your fitness or anything, period, is going to require consistency. And really, when you think about the fact that nothing great is achieved in just one big effort, right? Everything we achieve is the sum of a bunch of small efforts that compounded to that big and grand result. So today I really want to talk about the importance of consistency. So before that, get energized real quick. Tropic lightning, baby. All right, let's get into it, right? Why is consistency important? Number one, right? Consistency builds discipline. And when you think about building discipline through consistent action, right? Why is that important? Because as you guys know, most people, even myself included sometimes, try to rely a little too much on motivation, right? So like you guys all seen it. New Year's came, everybody was motivated, everybody was ready to change their lives, right? Everybody was ready to take action on the things they wanted to achieve, the person they want to become. And they were motivated, right? They were ready to start. But what happened 2 weeks after New Year's? That fades, right? Motivation fades. And that's for all of us, man. None of us are motivated all the time. So through consistent action in something, right? Being consistent in something, we're building discipline. And at the end of the day, right? Discipline will always beat motivation. Motivation just lasts. It doesn't last. It fades. Discipline, on the other hand, though, once it's built, it carries you. It keeps you going. So the best, when you don't feel like doing it, discipline keeps you going. You know what I'm saying? Number two, it creates long-term results. So again, going back to the whole intensity thing, right? Anybody can go on a diet for a month that is drastic and absolutely miserable and lose a shit ton of weight, right? But they fail to understand that they can't be consistent with that. So anything that comes down fast is going to come up just as fast. So when it comes to nutrition as well, right? You think of consistency. What can you be consistent with? That's why I ask all the people all the time. When they ask me, hey, I was thinking about doing this diet, keto. My first question that I always ask is, do you foresee yourself being consistent with that long term? The answer is no. There's plenty of other approaches, man. So it creates long-term results. It's not about the short term. It's about long term. Number three is strengthens habits and routines. So when you think of being consistent in something, so say I'll use this as an example, right? You have a desk job, right? And you are consistent with getting 10,000 steps a day. You holding yourself to being consistent in getting those steps is going to help you create routines and habits that help you get to that, right? So if you have a desk job, right? Maybe waking up before you go to work to get a 30-minute walk, and then maybe getting a little walk during your break, and then maybe another walk after you get off, or you buy yourself a walking pad and you have that at home and you watch TV. Well, right, you start building habits and routines because you are holding yourself to hitting 10,000 steps consistently. And that's huge, right? Because habits and routines create momentum. The more momentum you have, it makes it a lot simpler to stay on track. So, number four, it increases self-accountability and self-trust. And this is a subject that I genuinely love, right? Because I do believe that self-esteem is built. It's not something you're born with. It's not something that some people have, some people don't. It's genuinely built through the promises we're keeping to ourselves that are congruent with the person we want to become. So if you're a person that wants to lose 20 pounds and you are hitting your protein consistently, right? The action of being consistent with that, right, is building self-belief. It's making you feel that you can accomplish that. And you start to trust in yourself, right? I always look at this, and I say this analogy a lot, and I'll probably say it in a lot of these videos, but I always look at self-confidence as like, say you have a friend, right? And you like to invite that friend to the movies. But every time you invite them to the movies, they're either an hour late, right? Which makes you guys miss the movie, or they just don't show up at all. How much longer would you continue to trust that friend before you stop inviting them? Same situation with us, man. Same relationship we're building with ourselves every time we do keep a promise or don't keep a promise, right? How much longer are you going to continue to trust yourself if you can't even hold yourself accountable to drinking a gallon of water every day or tracking your food every day? So it increases that self-trust, that self-belief. And 5, and also very important, it also building consistency, building disciplines, building the habits helps us push through the challenging times, because we're all going to face them, right? Something's going to be thrown at us at some point in life. But the more discipline, the more structure, the more habits, the more routines that we build to help us stay on track with these things, the more likely we are to push through those challenging times and stay on track and keep moving in the right direction. And that's huge, right? That's probably one of the most important pieces on why consistency is so important. So, bottom line, to close this out, if you want real and lasting results in anything, start focusing on being consistent. Start focusing on taking the actions that you need to take to move towards that consistently. Not perfectly, but consistently. And consistent is something that helps me a ton, right? When it comes to being consistent, is I don't allow myself to miss 2 days in a row. If I miss my nutrition today, I am definitely not missing it tomorrow. If I missed it yesterday, I'm not missing it today, right? If I missed my cold shower in the morning yesterday, I'm definitely not missing it today. If I missed my 10 pages of reading, I'm not missing it today. So in that right there, that mindset has helped me massively when it comes to staying, being consistent, and continuing to build more discipline, rituals, routines, habits, patterns, which at the end of the day, that's what's going to create the ultimate result, the ultimate success that we're looking for. So it takes time. Be patient, but take action. I hope that was helpful, guys. Let me know down in the comments. I want to hear from all of you guys. What is something that you are struggling with being consistent in right now? Let me know down in the comments. And I hope today was helpful, guys. If it was, make sure you comment and share with somebody that you think might find this beneficial, somebody that doesn't comprehend how important it is to be consistent. And I'm going to leave you guys how I always leave you guys. Get out there and focus on becoming 1% better every single day. Let's go.